Hey guys, Bob Brennaman here again. I am a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina, and today we're continuing on with a series that I started some time ago. It's called Ask Bob, and basically Ask Bob, for those of you who don't know, is me covering questions that clients have asked me, whether we've been driving around looking at houses, email, phone calls, whatever. So today's one is going to be focused on Mount Pleasant, and we're going to talk about the things I do and I don't like that are going on in Mount Pleasant right now. I always want to preface that with some of my history in Mount Pleasant. I've been a resident for about 28 years. I moved here to go to college in Charleston, and I would drive over on the old Grace Bridge to get to downtown Charleston from Mount Pleasant, and I came back over here and lived. Fast forward to now, I am 49 years old, and my kids, I have 3 kids, and we're raising them here in Mount Pleasant. It's a great place to live. But there's been some things that have happened recently over the last couple of years with the former mayor, Linda Page, and some city council members who are no longer city council members, where they've basically, green-lighted everything you could think to be built. The thing that I have a problem with, and a lot of people have a problem with, are the number of apartment buildings that have been approved, and some of them have been built, some of them will be built. And I understand the reasoning behind, to get some low-income housing where people who can't afford to buy a house in Mount Pleasant can live. But when you look at what those places are renting for, the one-bedroom studio is $1,200 a month, so I don't see where that's affordable. So that's been a problem. That's going to create some traffic issues. The other thing that I really, and a lot of other people don't like, is the number of big box stores that have been introduced into Mount Pleasant. For years we've had a Lowe's, a very nice Lowe's in the town center, and then a couple of years ago they approved the building a new one, which recently opened about 2 miles north of the present Lowe's. They also are slated to build, and are clearing the land right now, to build a Home Depot between the 2 Lowe's. So in about a 3.5–4 mile stretch, we're going to have, a lot of big box stores. On top of that, they've taken in Carolina Park, they've approved for us to have a Costco, and I don't dislike Costco, but I just think that Mount Pleasant does not need big box stores, nor do a lot of people that live here. So, but I want to also talk about, comparing this to other areas of Charleston, because I think it's important. My kids play rec basketball, so we've been traveling a lot at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And what I've, going into places, Somerville, Johns Island, James Island, and what I realized is that although we do have traffic in Mount Pleasant compared to other areas, we're really very fortunate. So I would say, if you're thinking about Mount Pleasant, don't let, maybe some of this dissuade you. I just want to be honest with you about the things that I see that are happening in Mount Pleasant today. Great things that have happened recently in Mount Pleasant. We've opened a brand new school. Carolina Park Elementary opened last year. It's been very well received by the local residents. We also have added a bunch of cool new restaurants. Nico is a high-end French seafood place over on Coleman Boulevard that I really like. We also added Wood and Grain, which is Chef Patrick Owen's creation. He's also opened Opal and Langdon's over the years, and if you've ever listened to my videos, those are 2 of my favorite spots. So check out Wood and Grain or Nico. And the other thing that I think that's exciting, there's been some controversy on, and I'll let you Google it and read about it, is the Coleman Boulevard Revitalization Project. And any of you who've ever come from Charleston and gone to Sullivan's Island when you visited, you have ridden down Coleman Boulevard more than likely. And Coleman is being beautified, and very nice area through there. It's going to be a central part of town. So there has been some controversy with it. There's a lot of moving around of roads and parking places, but I think when it's done, people will really like it. I think Coleman Boulevard would be a benefit to the area. So that kind of covers what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Again, my name is Bob Brennaman. I'm a realtor here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And if you have questions about anything related to real estate, homes, schools, restaurants, anything that you want to talk about the Charleston or Mount Pleasant area, you can call me, Bob Brennaman, at the Brennaman Group, and that's 843-345-6074. And you can always reach us on the web at brennamangroup.com. Until next time, y'all.